What is going on, guys? It has been a long time since I've talked to you guys just about any game in general, and I know I'm pretty late with this Anthem video. I won't be basically giving it's kind of like my review, but just expectations for the game in general. As you know, the beta ended like I believe last week. And I was supposed to get this out around that time, but I've been really busy, and I don't really have as much time to edit and upload as much anymore, but I still try to get as much stuff to you as I can. Basically, just what I want to say is, for those who are kind of undecided on getting Anthem or not sure if they would like to get it, as you guys do know, my channel was strictly derived from Destiny, and you sort of get the same feel from the game, as well as a mix of Warframe and Titanfall and a lot of other games. I know a lot of people criticize the fact that players think that this is a mixed genre of a lot of those games, but to be honest, I feel like Destiny players, majority will kind of have a better take on this game, simply because of the fact that it is kind of more, it feels more Destiny-ish, if that makes sense. And I'm pretty sure all the players will understand what I'm talking about if you've played the beta. Um, for me personally, I didn't play as all the javelins. I only played as the ranger and the storm. Of course, I'm biased towards the storm because it does remind me of a warlock class from Destiny, which is entirely my favorite. And I'm not saying any of the other classes are like worse or any shape or form. All my friends did play as the other ones, and they do seem pretty fun as well. I just didn't have enough time to play as all the other classes. That's simply the reason why. I only have footage for the other two, but this mainly would just be consist of the storm because it is the coolest one in my opinion. As in terms of the combat does seem at first it felt a little bit clunky, simply because maybe I wasn't too familiar with the controls, but once you start to play around with them, they do seem a lot more simpler and easier, as in terms of fighting and just like the mobility. So I can play it on my PC, but I chose to play it on my PlayStation simply because of the fact I really didn't feel like messing around with a lot of the settings. And from what I've heard from my other friends on PC, they say that the flight is really buggy. It's really weird, so I just decided to play it on my PlayStation. Plus, majority of my friends they are on PlayStation, so I decided to just play it with them. But like I said, I believe that the flight controls and all the combat maneuverability is pretty solid to me, in my opinion. I feel like the guns are a little bit generic. That's my only critique about it. It do kind of seem a little bit boring. Simply because of the fact that I know it's not strictly about gunplay, but it does kind of feel a little bit like the guns are a little bit kind of boring. You have your shotguns. The shotguns were really bad in this game, in my opinion. At least I didn't get that one, or a good one at least. The sniper rifles were pretty favorably, arguably good, I want to say, in a way. They were pretty solid. Other than that, all the other guns were kind of just mediocre, in my opinion. They weren't really like anything too surprising. But it is a beta, so I will give it that a benefit of the doubt. With that being said, as in terms of the free roam was kind of interesting in a way. It wasn't really like anything too crazy. It's kind of just like a patrol. You could just walk around and explore. Now, one thing I will say is that the scenery of this game is amazing. Once you're in free roam, just like the environment of stuff, like you can just explore, and that's kind of gives you that feel to just, you can go around and do whatever. I do kind of like that approach on this game because it is something that we haven't had in a long time. But as in terms of scenery, I do believe that is solid. The enemies are kind of meh at the same way. They don't really have that much like diversity to them. They all kind of are bullet sponges, and they don't really have that much different mechanics. Especially from the I believe it's called the Death Tyrant Strike. Or I'm sorry, Strike, the Death Tyrant mission, or Stronghold, I believe. It kind of just seems like a bullet sponge, in a way. It kind of has the same feeling to where in Destiny, when you fight a Strike boss, you hit them for a phase and they run away and they come back, and it's the same thing in Warframe kind of too. It's a little bit annoying. I don't really like that mechanic all like that, but I guess it's for players to, I guess, not for them to just DPS the boss instantly, because it kind of wouldn't be fun that way. But a lot of times players just want to speed run through things. But other than that, I would say it's a pretty decent game. But I'm not 100% sure if I will be getting it. I probably won't be getting it launch week, simply for the fact that I want to see how the game's going to turn out first, because I feel like it might have been overhyped a little bit. So I'm probably going to wait before I decide any purchases of it. So I'll give it probably about a week or a month or so, and then I'll have my final decide on it. But if I do play it, and maybe if my friends get it, you should be seeing some Anthem videos. Of course, you guys probably already know about Apex at the moment, and I do have some Apex videos coming out, because I am actually enjoying that game pretty well. Since I gave out on Fortnite entirely, I probably won't be uploading any Fortnite like ever again. Simply because I don't really I don't know, it's not really fun at the moment. But yeah, I just want to give you guys this quick little video that was supposed to drop like last week. I do apologize for the uploads and my delay time, but I hope you guys are enjoying what's going on with a lot of these recent games that have came out. And yeah, I will see you guys later whenever I can get these done. Peace.